Right. So sticking with hip hop for a little bit longer now, let's talk about the newest EP from The Face and DNA 868 music called A Busy. Right.
Right.
This is the first, I believe, collaborative project between The Face. I mean, he is. I mean, by now we could easily call him a veteran when it comes to just Trinidadian hip hop, right? I was made familiar with his music through his collaborative mixtape with between him and Macasmiastic Entertainment called But Why Is This? But Was This? Or But
Yeah.
Why Is This? Right? That's how it's called, right? The big single from that was Cheese Pie and Pack Juice, which was a play
Right.
on Snapback and Tattoos. It's a great song. It's a great song. It's a
Right.
great song, right? By the way, shout out to Wanky. I mean, keep doing your thing, man. Trapstar as well too, who also shows up on this record here, right? And of course, DNA. I was made aware of his music last year as well too. Well, I mean, you got to see him perform live
Right.
at one. I think it's one of the recent bars and bars. I think it was the
Yeah.
first bars and bars that we had for this
In
year,
yeah,
right?
that is after the after the pandemic. Yes, I should.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So when it came to this EP here, like I knew that it was coming out because I knew that uh, well, basically DNA had this IG live thing that a event that he did like a while back, and he was just talking about this more or less to hype this EP off, right? And well, it came out, and he reached out to me. He's like, yo, check it out. So I check it out, and I make my notes. So yeah, just gonna do a quick track by track review of A Busy, right? So this is a six-track affair, so the runtime of this is like about a 20 minutes there, but it's fairly short, it's fairly breezy, but trust me, it's one that you're gonna be listening to over and over and over. There's so much, great material here, right? So we kick things off with Where You're From, right? This one has a trap beat laced with these rhythmic steel pan notes. It has this menacing bass line and these commanding horns, right? So the face and DNA basically come through with like these two tag teamed verses of bars which range from like patriotic to braggadocious and even threatening, right? All in the course of like their own verses, right? But for me, where this song and to extend the EP shines is how they both incorporate these references that only full-blooded Trinidadians will like recognize instantly, right? So
Right.
when the feast says, for example, we making bread like quilo, right? So if you know, you know, right? Um, when he says walk a mile and a half and Dingole, right? So that's
Right.
paraphrasing here, right? So it's a reference to Shadows Dingole and
Yeah.
Kitchener's Old Lady Walk a Mile, right? That's the song that Peter C. Lewis took and made T Lady, right? So you're right. And then like where DNA, for example, comes in and says, and I from Trinidad and Tobago, that's the twin isle with the dripping wetter than a mangrove when it's high tide, right? There's a moment where he says, like you're talking French, oh you, but the I gone, right? So that's a
Right.
bar. That's a
That's a
bar.
good line.
That's a
That's a very
bar.
good
That's a
line.
bar, right?
That is a bar. That's
Yeah.
a good line.
So in short, this is like a solid opener to the EP. And I imagine, like, speaking of performance now, I have a feeling that this could be a song that people will really gravitate to, man, if
Right.
both The Face and DNA perform this live, man. I would love to see a performance of this, right?
Yeah.
Up next, we have Wish, right, which features Trapstar, right? And speaking of Lord Kitchener, this track here opens with Kitch's Mango Tree, right? And that's so funny because if you remember my review from last year of Tropical God 2, that's from First Class, right? He had a track called God Diaries, right? And that closes with that same song. It's like a version of the same song, not the same recording, right? But anyway, Kitch's vocals are chopped up and placed into this like dope trap beat here, and they'll add like a little dash of drill music to spice things up, right? And everybody involved in this just body this track though, like from start to end, man. This is by far my favorite track on this EP. Just flames throughout, man. Bars, punchlines, everything is flames, right? Even the hook is my favorite on this project, man, right? Um, the face snaps on this verse though. He's just dropping tons of like quotables on this. It's like he says, "Mark the beat, hams the plug. You touch the beat and I get the zug. Get out of here like a bad barber or pull the belt like a bad father. Wish I could be a tad calmer, no Ravi B, so it's bad karma. I passing slaps, sharing enough hand. I just pick up pan like it's Mastana. Again, if you know, you know, right?
That is a big line.
I know. No, when I hear that for the first time, I'm like, whoa, must stand behind. This is how
You know.
far this should go, right? Um, Speaking of slaps, though, There's a bar which goes like this, boy. I work hard like going whole night, and they work hard like working CPEP. I was like,
Yeah, I
wow.
had it's a good line.
Blow, slap the face, man. I mean, DNA comes through in one of his best verses here, and if you know him, he just drops a bunch of like local references, like just all over the place, right? So he talking about things like Susu and Matuk's Mobby, yeah,
Right.
Matuk's Mobby, yeah, Beskrit and even like Green Zabukas, but yeah, he just goes all out of this verse, right? Trapstar, who does the hook, he closes his song off nicely, but like compared to the other two, he just incorporates this sort of smooth, cocky demeanor into his verse, right? And I like the fact that he's not trying to pack a set of references
Right.
into his bars, right? So, but he does mention some. He does a nice little reference to Julie Mango. That's all I'll say. A real
Yeah.
nice reference there. Really clever, right? But he just writing the beat, right? And he just doing his thing, man. So yeah, I mean, best track in the EP bar none. And including we need a video for this. A video for this has to happen ASAP, right?
Yeah.
Up next, we get Cuff in Feast, right? The title pretty much tells you what to expect on this track, right? We get this relatively grim beat, and well, it's basically the Face and DNA taking shots at their heaters and detractors, right? And the approach to this team is familiar, yes, but it is relatable in the sense that like they're just too busy, i.e., the title of the EP, right? They're working on the craft, they try to achieve their goals and whatnot, and they just really don't have time for bad mind people, right? But if anybody wants to try a thing with them, well, blow, right? Cup to face. That's it, right? Um, Verse wise, everything is kind of blunt, it's to the point. There's some slight humor and references here or there. The face says at the end of his verse, don't act up like Sundance. That would catch me like, oh, okay, okay.
Mhm.
But yeah, this was a solid track overall, man. Up next, we have Leave Her Alone, which features Daniel Hamilton, right? So I call this the Daniel Hamilton side of the EP, right? And in terms of him, like I'm familiar with his royalty song, it's a soca song he put out a few years ago, but I was surprised to see him on this project, right? And on three songs too, because yeah, he is on the second half of this EP, right? But yeah, he comes through with these smooth vocals in the chorus and post-chorus over a wavy, groovy sort of hip hop R&B beat, right? At least with these organ-like chords, right? And essentially, this is the Face and DNA's anthem for the independent go-getting women, right? They rightfully attracted to, right? The song itself lyrically is just an absolute delight, though, and you can tell like all three of them they're just spitting game in their own respective ways, right? They're just
Right.
doing it so well, right? I imagine like if they were to perform this live, this could be one that the ladies could definitely enjoy, man, for sure, right?
Right. Well,
It's gonna be
I know the other here he kind of complimented with you have another song that I would say outright anti-woman, but it kind of weird and it hilarious on its own, right? Um,
okay, okay,
but
but you don't
yeah.
know the name of it.
Oh gosh, it's slipping my mind. But about it just real insulted this outer time in Guild.
I think I know you talk about. I think that is the final track off of his last EP. I think that's what
Right.
you're referring to. But
Right.
that was just one person though. But anyway, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Moving on. Hmm. But yeah, speaking of DNA though, he is the MVP of this track for sure, boy, because he just sounds so incredibly passionate and confident in his quest to just start this relationship with this girl, right? Um, he have a line though that ring a lot truer now than I imagine when he recorded this. I mean, given the budget that that took place last week, where he says gas prices too high, may have no time to be gassing here. Like when I hear that,
Right.
I was like, ooh,
Yeah. You know.
yeah, gas prices, right? Yeah. But even this closing line sound heartfelt and genuine, right? So he says, and every time you pull up, I'll be like, yes, family. You the type of girl I could take home to meet my family. I was like, all right, all right, all right. I like that, right? So yeah, I really, really dug this track here, right? Second to last track we have is Busy, right? This is the first single of the EP, and it has a video right now. Pretty dope, right? Compared to what we got earlier, this beat sounds the most urgent and energetic, right? And the beat itself, the sound itself sounds reminiscent of like a southern hip hop style club song, right? And I just being real here, just being real. The beat alone would make for great strip club music, Joe. Like if you
Right.
hear it, like if you really listen to it, it sounds like real good strip club music too. I just being
Right.
honest. I just being honest, right?
Mm.
Um, but yeah, Daniel comes through with this swagged out, catchy ass hook, and you can tell like everybody on this track, especially him, just having a lot of fun here, man. Topic wise, the track is pretty self-explanatory, right? It feels like a sequel of sorts to Coffin Face, where it's like it's all about we just staying focused, we keeping busy on just making money and achieving goals. But here it's like they're not even angry, they're just too busy to give a shit about any haters or fake friends, right? I have a moment where the face brings that up where he says, "When you tell me I'm the dude, I just respond like and." It's a real good moment. When you hear it in the context of the song, it makes a lot of sense, right? Um, but yeah, for me, this is a dope track. Another one of my favorites here. I would actually put this as my second favorite track on this EP, right? And lastly, we have Rhythm of Life, right? And this is like a surprisingly trap-free way to conclude the proceedings, man. Because yeah, we just get this blend of tropical house and groovy soca, and it has this sunny and delightful instrumental to it, right? I mean, I know we from Trinidad, we don't really acknowledge summertime, but I mean, well, when you hear it, trust me, it sounds like the type of music you'd want to be listening to if you want to head down to the beach, right? Okay, yeah, it just has that beach line vibe to it, right? And to be fair, like like when you listen to it first, it may seem kind of out of place. Like we just had all these trap bangers, and all of a sudden we doing this. What's going on here, right? But to the EP's credit, we did have a R&B S track before, right? That's Leave Her Alone, right? So I have to commend the effort put into making the sound of this project diverse there while maintaining a level of cohesion, right? But anyway, all that aside, though, this is a fun, upbeat track. It lives up to its title. Daniel comes through with a really soulful hook. And you could kind of look at it as a sequel of sorts to Leave Her Alone, right? You can imagine like the Face and DNA pretty much get through with the girl they was tracking and whatnot. So they just kind of tell them, what I mean, they just kind of want them to have the time of their lives, pay no mind to the haters, and just live life to the fullest, man. You know what I mean? So, admittedly, it's a kind of a unexpected way to any project. Like I thought it was gonna be just trap bangers throughout, though. But the more I think about this, a really like appropriate way to end this EP off, man. So I mean, it was nice. It was nice. It was nice. And again, we need a video for this. I really think we need a video for this, right? So yeah. So in closing, yeah, A Busy is a dope project, man. A really really solid project, man. I do like the fact that the face. I mean, who's been in this game for years, man, is still reaching out to like-minded individuals in this crafting great music, man. I mean, who else better to team up with than DNA, right? I mean, just the way how they just drop all these local references in the bars, though, is it just makes for some entertaining music as well too. The production stands out. Is solid from start to finish, and the collaborations, whether it's Trapstar or whether it's Daniel Hamilton, man. I mean, they're all solid throughout, man. So yeah, not much more I could say. A Busy is a solid record, man. I'm gonna give this strong 3.5 to like 4, man. This is
Nice.
definitely worth checking out, right? I do hope that we get like, but or I should say, in closing though, you can really feel the chemistry between both MCs on this record, man. I do hope that they continue that collaboration, the collaborative work. Sorry, I do hope that they put out a full record, like a full album's worth of music, man. I really do think that we could get a full album out of them. But this EP is fine. It feels like you know um this is a tease of what to expect in the near future, man. I know we're
Right.
gonna get great things from these guys, man. So Busy is available right now. You could find it on Spotify or Apple Music. I'll put the links in the description here to this video and to the podcast as a whole, man. And yeah, I mean, just show these guys some love, man. So yeah, the face DNA, it's 868 music, man. You all keep doing all the thing, man. So yeah, can't wait for the next project, man.